U Sports on CBC, presented by l'U Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Fox 40, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.
Montreal Carabins, number 8 seed coming into this tournament, upset their way into the semi-finals, now taking on the number 4 seed UNB Reds. Both teams looking to get back into a final. In fact, for the Reds, they've never been there yet. They're looking to take home hardware for the first time. The captain, Peyton Hargreaves, leading the way as she was able to get a shootout winner. Both these teams needing to go beyond regulation to get their spot in this game. They played just 24 hours ago, and they are back in Elmira, Ontario. This is the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. And here's how these teams made their way to this year's tournament. For the Montreal Carabins, they were second in the RSCQ. The team that beat them, Concordia Stingers, they punched their ticket to the gold medal final, while the UNB Reds led the way in the AUS. They defeated Ottawa 2-1 in a shootout. As for what lays ahead, well, either team could be playing for gold or bronze. As mentioned, Montreal also needing a shootout. They won 4-3 over the number 1 seed UBC Thunderbirds. That makes it 2 straight U Sports Women's Hockey Championships where the top seed has been upset. The winner of this game, of course, facing Concordia, the defeated team, will play Guelph. Mention those key players now to analyst Hannah Bunton as you explain who you're going to have your eye on in this game.
And starting off strong with Juliette Roland from the Carabins. She scored the game-tying goal in that quarterfinal win against the UBC Thunderbirds, upsetting the number 1 ranked team. She's fast, she's offensively skilled, and she can score big goals when it matters. And then we move on to Lauriane Etier. She had a beautiful assist in that quarterfinal game. She was +2 in this game, and she's a player that's had a positive impact on this team, especially in the second half of this season. She's a two-way player who can get it done, and there you see her beautiful assist in the quarterfinal game against the UBC Thunderbirds. And on the other end, we go to Riley Strome. She had 6 shots on net in the quarterfinal. She's a big body who can control the puck, and she finds a way to get the puck to the net. Yet to score in this tournament, but we will see what she can do today, as she is so good at controlling the puck and taking the body and the puck to the net. And then we go to our captain, Peyton Hargreaves. And like Daniela mentioned, she scored this beautiful shootout winner in the quarterfinal game. She had 6 shots on net in that quarterfinal, and she was the 3rd leading scorer with the UNB Reds in the regular season with 25 points. So they're going to look to her to create that leadership today.
Well, the Reds allowed the fastest goal of the tournament. They'll want to watch out as the Carabins, of course, looking to pounce as well. Just ahead, the second semi-final between the Carabins and the Reds are on the way.
That's embarrassing. You know what's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes.
Borrow better with FIG.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family-owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe, no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back inside the Woolwich Memorial Arena, home of the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, second semifinal between Montreal and the University of New Brunswick. For the Carabins in net, Maud Deranchi made 31 saves on 34 shots against UBC, allowed just one shootout goal in that win. Meanwhile, for the Reds, it's been Cassie McCallum all the way through the postseason, 5-2 in the playoffs to win the conference championship and bring them here to this moment as we're underway in the semifinal. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Hannah Button. Carissa Donkin is ringside as we wrap up this big third day of the tournament. And a chance in quick for the Carabins as they get to work, not missing a beat. UNB allowed a power play goal just 55 seconds into their game. The only goal event, though, by Ottawa as the game went to a shootout tied at 1. Both teams playing yesterday, just 24 hours ago in Elmira, Ontario. This was an event hosted by the University of Waterloo. Waterloo will play the consolation final tomorrow as that was a shot from distance. For the watchful eye of Deroche from Rougemont, fourth-year student. Flipped back into the Reds zone for the Reds. This is their fourth straight U Sports Championship appearance, but their last 3, they weren't able to break through the quarterfinal round. In fact, the only time they have made it to a semifinal prior was in 2022. Charlottetown PEI, and they lost to Nipissing 4-0 in that semifinal. Losing an edge quick.
Both teams here are going to look to just get into the game, get a feel for the puck, get their legs moving, make sure they're getting pucks deep, taking care of that puck, and supporting each other.
The first semifinal was back and forth, a tight game, not only in the score, but in the shots. One of the big separating points were face-offs, but right now, a free-flowing game as it finds its way to McCallum. She turns it aside. Hargreaves with a touch. Number 5 in her 5th year, so she has been a part of all of the UNB Red, we'll say heartbreak, if you will, at the national tournament, although what an honor it has been for this team to really, under the watchful eye of Sarah Hillworth, make such an impressive run and have these consecutive appearances.
Carabins with just an early chance with a nice redirection, and that play is meant to happen. The defense sees that Villette is going to the net and she gets her stick on the ice for a nice little redirection, but McCallum stands big in net.
Well, for the Carabins, getting back Audrienne Veillette was massive. They needed the mid-season boost in offense, and the PWHL draft pick did that. Chosen by Ottawa in the inaugural draft. She's been able to come in, and she did score the first shootout goal for the Carabins. So no stats yet in the tournament. It was Chloe Duchesneau scoring the lone goal in regulation time for the Carabins. One of just 2 graduating players as well, as both teams will have a good returning core coming back, still finding their way here in this game as we pass the 3-minute mark. Up they come. Riley Strome. Check that, is Janelle Montour rather. She scored the opening goal for the Carabins in their quarterfinal. A game that had plenty of scoring. In fact, the most scoring combined, 6 regulation goals, 3 aside. Isabelle Leclerc has been the head coach of this Montreal Carabins program since it began. That's 16 regular seasons with this team, Hannah. So impressive what she's been able to bring, and a shout out to her as a fellow broadcaster. She was an analyst, went to Milano Cortina for the French broadcast on Ici Radio Canada. So much respect for Leclerc, who has helped this team, of course, find success, bring home hardware at this tournament.
Yeah, and it just takes so much leadership, and you can see she's been there for 16 years. She's created that culture. These girls want to play for a coach like Isabelle Leclerc, and that's why they've upset such a great team in the quarterfinal.
It's just the amount of dedication she has to helm this program, but also be part of PWHL broadcasts and then some. Outstanding leader, both head coaches providing fantastic examples for these student athletes. And Hannah Benton joining me, you're a head coach as well, College Bourget, apologies. And so you see this as well, how to develop these players and bring them to these moments.
Yeah, I was just saying earlier, I've actually coached against number 10 on UNB Reds, Hillary Wood. She played at RNS, and I've seen her progress throughout her minor hockey into her U Sports career, and hopefully I'll be seeing some Bourget grads in this championship sometime soon.
For the Carabins, they were not at the tournament last year, but they won bronze in 2024. That event held in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And it was the University of Saskatchewan that dealt a heartbreak to UNB when they did crack the medal round the very first time. That was in 2022, and they made it to the bronze medal game. Shut out. Puck pops up, and Catherine Prue getting on it. Prue to the blue line, bobbled. As UNB gets going now, a shot in the high slot to set up Lauren Carter. Carter with a shorthanded goal for the Reds to tie that game. It was good enough to stand in regulation and force it to extra time. Lauren Carter, the sister of PWHL defender Megan Carter, is down go the Carabins. A healthy crowd in full support for the team in blue. That was Audrienne Veillette. Avery Thurston looking up. Sends it along the near wall, a second-year student out of Stratford, Ontario. This UNB team made up of a number of Albertans as well. Then you have Western players heading to the East Coast. Murdoch getting in.
You can definitely see a little bit of back and forth action. We saw it earlier in the other semifinals as well. The teams are trying to get a feel for the puck. They're trying to get their feet underneath them. They're trying to get the puck deep to keep it 200 feet around their net. But I'd like to see them take care of the puck, try and puck possess a little bit more with their zone entries in order to create some scoring chances.
And for the Reds, as mentioned, a better start than they had in that quarterfinal, given that first goal was scored on them within first minute of play. Still scoreless here, second semifinal. Shot from distance again, provided by Kellyanne Laforge. Quick spin move by Etier, another veteran of this team. And I mentioned the UNB Reds. Sarah Hillworth in her 9th season with this team, a team she loves so much, a program that at one time was at peril of continuing, but not only are they back, they have been brilliant since that return. It's been 5 appearances, 4 straight now for this team.
Yeah, we talk about leadership all the time, and it starts with your leadership on the bench, and that's also another coach. We talked about it on the Carabin side, but it's also another coach that these girls want to work for and play for.
That was almost a set play off the draw that connected for the Carabins. The Reds look to scurry this one out. Quick play ahead. An icing. Bit of a different pace. Every game certainly has its ebbs and flows, but you think back to that first semifinal, Concordia and Guelph. And the first period, there was hardly a whistle to be had. We're seeing some more face-off plays. That one just sent down deep as Thurston off the boards from the point. Girard. Check that, that was Jean Picard instead. In comes the Carabin. Prue. Catherine Prue with an assist already in this tournament. She got that on the Roland equalizer yesterday.
And this line has been lethal for this Montreal Carabin team. Catherine Prue just able to get the puck to the net, and that's what they're going to want to do in this game. There hasn't been a lot of shots on net so far, and you need to get some shots on net to start getting the momentum and the offensive ability.
The Carabin continuing with some solid work when it comes to the face-offs in this game. They were just under 56% in their quarterfinal matchup. Offside. Waved off, so teams retreating. That time offside by Picard. Well, CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best women's hockey teams all weekend on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. Gold medal game will be broadcast on CBC television tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. That's noon Pacific. And a lovely Sunday. Watch some great women's hockey. Right now closing out a busy Saturday. The first day of this tournament, we're here for 4 games. Tomorrow there'll be 3, a consolation final between Waterloo and the #1 seeded UBC Thunderbirds. Waterloo playing at home the last time, and what a treat it must be. This is not their regular arena, but just to be this close to home. Elmira, Ontario, the gracious hosts here of this event, as in they come once more. What a turnover opportunity. Maya Dion, her shot just wide. Picard through traffic, finds the back of the net. The Carabin open scoring in the semifinal.
And what a shot by Jade Picard, who's able to get that puck through with some net front presence and taking away UNB goalie's eyes. And this play starts with the earlier scoring chance for the Carabin. And you see here, I don't know if number 10 got a stick on that at all, but that's what we need to do from the point, is get pucks through, bodies in front of it, take away McCallum's eyes, and it's 1-0 for the Carabin.
Goal on their 4th shot of the game. No shot so far for the UNB Reds. And so McCallum tested early. Now UNB also allowed the first goal in their quarterfinal yesterday. So they'll get to work, look to even things out right now in their own end to defend. In the neutral zone, in sweeps Prue. So fast. Now Lesage across for Veillette. Dropped off. Roland with the shot. Ducheneau getting to work. Mentioned that she scored the Carabin Carabin goal rather in their game yesterday. From distance turned aside, Lesage holding down the blue line. Sets up her team once more as they get to work from the goal line this time. Veillette down for Prue. To the far point this time. The Reds with a little room to breathe, although they have to go for a change.
And you can just see the pressure that the Carabin are having in the offensive zone right now. UNB is going to have to find a way to take away this team's time and space, because if not, they're an offensive threat, especially with their top line with Viet.
Hargreaves looking to even out the score coming in. And in the first semifinal, the team that was trailing initially ended up winning. Although they did need to go to overtime. Reds with 2 shots on goal so far in this game. Taking it back to the blue line. Chipped off the boards. Hargreaves getting to work once more. Not only with speed, but Etier with the flow. Check that, it's Lalache who brought it in the zone. And a whistle. So Montreal's Jean Picard gets the Carabin on the board. A team looking to upset their way to the gold medal final. It's still early here in this semi.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks. Just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
When the world feels off course, Waterloo is on it. We step up to the challenge and take the lead. We add AI to the operating room to detect cancer in seconds. We invent a test that catches concussions faster. And we design AI that supports us rather than steers us. Whether it's today's challenges or tomorrow's, Waterloo is on it.
And we are back with the second semifinal here in the U Sports National Championship. And the Carabin are going to see some power play time with Avery Thurston going to the box for 2 minutes for body checking. You can see she gets her hands up high on this play, and they have to call this one. If she keeps 2 hands on her stick there and a little bit lower, maybe they wouldn't have called that, but now we're going to see Montreal going to the power play.
Montreal has a shorthanded goal that was scored by Duchesneau yesterday, who picked up her first assist of the tournament on Picard's opening goal, but they've yet to score on the power play. 0 for 3 in their quarterfinal against UBC, and a chance net front on the doorstep. Hargreaves trying to slide in on the PK. Now Prue setting up top of the circle. Looks for a better option at the point this time. Picard to the far side, across Prue. Not sure if she was looking for a one-timer there, but takes it around instead. Quick pass off down Main Street, and a great block from the Reds. That's Lauren Carter. And not to compare too much to her sister Megan Carter, but Carters know how to block shots, I'll say that much. In through traffic once more, they score on the power play. Juliette Roland. And a quick 2-0 lead for the Carabins.
What a beautiful dipsy doodle by Juliette Roland. We talked to her about her in the pregame. She is someone who knows how to score goals. She comes off the flank, gets her head up, she sees the penalty killer coming out on her, comes into the inside, gets the goalie moving a little bit, and then goes short side right over top of McCallum. That's a goal scorer's goal, and that's exactly what they needed to do on this power play here.
Juliette Roland, a third-year student studying physical education and health, and scoring an important goal here to extend that lead early. And throughout this tournament, scoring has been tight. The goaltending has been clutch and through distance. Thurston trying to make good for taking that penalty. Going to get UNB on the board. And so the first power play marker for the Carabins. They're now 1 for 4 on the tournament, but 1 for 1 in this game. And for Juliette Laurent, she now has goals in back-to-back games. She scored the equalizer to force overtime in the third period, so key goals. From distance, trying to set it up for those in the low slot. Alexandra Parvin getting a touch on it. Now Thurston. UNB Reds in their white jerseys. To shake off that pressure and hold the offensive zone. Thurston at the end board goes across this time, but doesn't wait for that pass. And a foot race, but icing will bring it back to the Montreal end.
And if I'm UNB right now, you're really going to want some momentum. You're going to want some energy, whether it's a hard forecheck, whether it's playing the body, whatever it is, you're going to need to get some of that momentum back as you're going down in a 2-goal deficit in this semifinal. But they do say a 2-goal deficit is the worst lead in hockey. It's early in the game.
Listen, I've heard that about 3-0 too, right? You've got a chance to play for a national title on the line, and you can absolutely expect UNB to look for a way to respond here as they bring it in. And the AUS champions as well, they won their conference, and the structure for these conference championships are different for each one. And for the AUS, you play a best-of-5 semi-final, and they took that in 4 games against St. Thomas, and then a best-of-3 final. They won that against Saint FX. They'll need Olivia Eustace to start stepping up too, because she's been their best in the postseason by far. 6 points in 7 games. None yet in Elmira, Ontario. Right now, the Carabins enjoying a 2-0 lead. The number 8 seed, and that's where the seeding can get tricky. They're the RSEQ finalists. They are certainly, it's not based on anything in terms of head-to-head matchups with the teams within this tournament.
Yeah, like you said, there's teams coming from all over the place. They've never seen each other. Obviously, you can do your pre-scouts as a coach. You can watch video, but it's not the same as playing in a real game against them and seeing how they play, seeing how they move the puck, and all of the systems that they use.
Although if the Carabins get their way and head to the gold medal game, they face a very familiar opponent in the Concordia Stingers right now in front of their own net. Duranche tracking the puck. The near point. Strom through traffic, looking back door. As Maya Hedrick was hoping to get a touch on it, out it comes into the neutral zone. Veillette with the moves, can't quite get around. Thurston. Battling now behind the net of McCallum. McCallum, who came through this season 13-1-0. Check that, 11-7-0, my apologies. The regular season's one thing. This is another big hit on the Carabins, but will play on. Riley Strom wearing the A for the Reds, flips it into the Carabins zone. Now, can they hold it? Looking back, trying to shake off that pressure is Robin Brokenshire from St. Albert, Alberta. Under 4 minutes remaining in an opening frame that has been welcome for Carabins fans as they look to add to it into the slot. Out comes Scott. And she was their postseason scorer, actually led the conference overall this season in scoring in the AUS. No room for Etier to cut through. Out comes Lily Bell. Bell with the shot. Is forced to take it from the high slot. Carabins have been successful in quick puck movement, staying with it.
And that was a nice opportunity by Bell there, but you see they've only got 3 shots on net. They're gonna have to start hitting the net if they wanna bring this margin closer than 2-0.
Well, the Reds enjoyed plenty of success in the shot front as well in their quarterfinal. They outshot their opponent, Ottawa, 44-29. That was the most shots, and I believe it still stands in this tournament, but certainly in the quarters, with double-digit shots in each frame, and down goes the Carabins, yet they still managed to get a shot off. Their 10th so far of the period, or at least a shot attempt, I should say, as they look around and get going once more. Lesage bringing it to the middle, a play back between the legs. As in they sweep, in full control here, under 2 minutes to go. UNB, can they break through before heading to the locker room?
The Carabins look right now like they're wanting to jump on those loose pucks just a little bit more. I think it'll be a good reset for UNB to get to the locker room, talk about what they need to do in order to have success throughout this game.
Carter, the top line getting to work. Grant, puck gets taken away by Etier. Anne-Sophie Bedard in the Carabins uniform before that, but out comes Ducheneau, looking to go across and set up the rush. Montreal, of course, playing with the lead and playing a bit more composed here. Scott off the skate. In the final minute of the first period, UNB hoping to keep this to 2 or less in terms of a deficit. And coming in with all kinds of room, but the puck is stopped as Scott is entangled. The Montreal player, it's Eustace, trying to drive and get UNB on the board. Scott from a sharp angle. And Darash up to the task. A poke ahead for Picard. As a 2-on-1 comes in, Picard patient. But the play pays off for the Reds as a sliding block is enough to deter that. A wind-up shot. That was Georgia Nystrom, or rather Madeline Pears with that block. And so a 2-0 lead to wrap up the first period. Goals by Jean Picard to get them on the board just before the 10-minute mark, and then Juliette Roland on the power play to extend.
And what a play here by the Carabins, going down for a 2-on-1. She looks to get it across the ice and just can't quite connect on that. The defense of the UNB Reds does a good job laying out the body and preventing that pass from going backdoor.
And so the UNB Reds will have to find a way to respond and take some lessons from that opening frame, one in which they were outshot 8-1. And so make that 10-4 instead as we head now rinkside to our Carissa Donkin with the Reds captain.
Well, Peyton, they mostly kept you out of the dangerous areas of the ice in that period. What do you have to do differently in the second period?
We got to keep playing with speed here. I think we can really take it to them, get more shots on net for sure. We got to keep up the tenacity in the O-zone. I think they just capitalized on 2 of our mistakes, so I think limiting those mistakes and just keep pushing the pace here.
And Montreal's not a team that you've seen very often, if at all. What stands out to you so far about the way they play?
I think they're a really good system team. I think they got some really good pace up front. I think they're very smart. I just think that we got to stay with our system, stay with the game plan, and then just keep pushing it. Yeah.
And And when we spoke at the AUS finals, you talked about playing for the person beside you in the dressing room. You know, as you're going out for each shift here in your final year, how much is that playing in your mind?
I think about it every single shift, every single time I step on the ice. I'm doing it for the girls in the change room with me, and I'm doing it for the girls who came before me in the program. I think a lot of them deserve the opportunity to have a good, positive outcome here at the Nationals, so we're playing for everyone that came through the program before us too.
Best of luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you heard it there from the captain, playing for more than just herself. She has been a part of this program for 5 years, so she has been a part of all the success, Hannah. And of course the crowd, the UNB Red, the Sea of Red. I remember my first time seeing them at a U Sports Nationals was in 2022, and how impressive it was when they packed the arena, the home of UPEI in Charlottetown, and it was so impressive to see the love and the fans. The Carabins as well, unmatched in their support. And right now, a 2-goal lead. When you look at the tournament, no team so far has been able to get past a 2-goal deficit, I should say.
Yeah, no team has been able to do it in this tournament, but that doesn't mean that no team has done it before, and I'm sure that that's what the UNB Reds will be saying in their locker room. There's still plenty of time left on this clock. I think they needed to get into the game. Obviously, taking a couple penalties in that first period, it gives Carabin that opportunity to get a power play goal. They're 25% in this tournament now on the power play, which is a great percentage. So looking at UNB going into the second period, they've got to find a way to get pucks to the net and create those offensive opportunities.
And so Montreal leads 2-0 in this second semifinal through 20 minutes.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest, le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur icitout.tv.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Across Canada, it starts the same way. A love for the game that unites us all. From hometown rinks to the world stage, we rise together. Every stride, every save, every dream, shared by every girl who's ever picked up a stick.
It's her shot, rebound in front, she scores!
Because when one rises, we all rise. Rise as one.
At AMI Attachments, we say, it's not a job, it's a performance. That means the details matter to us. It means when we do the little things right, they add up. It's why product development never stops. This is our headquarters. It's home base for everything engineering and product design to automation, fabrication, assembly, and shipping.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our coverage of the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There's the opening goal scored by Jean Picard despite the traffic. No tip in, that one belonging to number 27. The first at this tournament for Picard, but her second point as she was able to assist on one of the quarterfinal goals yesterday. Hailing from St. Narcisse in Quebec, she's a first-team RSEQ All-Star. And we will get to know more in 2 minutes with Jean Picard, a fourth-year major in pharmacy, and she has been outstanding for this team in her fourth year. Scored the shootout winner yesterday.
Carabins of l'Université de Montréal. It began in my small village. I was admiring my two older brothers playing hockey, and at 4 I was like, I already wanted to play hockey, and then it just kept going on. I played with the local hockey leagues, and then I started playing for the Husky of Chaudière-Appalaches. Then I played for Des As from Quebec, and then on to CEGEP, I went to Lennoxville for Champlain, and now I'm at the Carabins of Université in Montreal. Was I always a defense? Yes, except when I was like 5 or 6, I wanted to be a goalie. Then well, it's easy. I wanted to be anything but a defense. I wanted to be a goalie, then I wanted to be a forward, and now I'm a defense, but an offensive defense, because I don't know, being at the offense. I don't know, I thought it was boring. Like you couldn't, not that you couldn't go score goals, but you weren't you didn't have as much opportunities, but now I create my own opportunities, so I like it. Definitely getting me out of my comfort zone, getting to know more people, and living in the moment, enjoying the present moment, and on ice, well, everything. Like the Carabins has brought me so much. I couldn't say more. Just live the moment and have fun. Well, of course, we want to win and we want to perform, but most of it is just live it at the most, and just be with our friends and teammates.
And she's a big part of this Carabins team. 62 points in her U Sports career, 94 games played. We'll return to the first intermission. Montreal leads 2-0.
Partout au Canada, c'est une histoire qui se répète, née d'un amour pour un sport qui nous rassemble. Des patinoires du coin à la scène mondiale, nous avançons ensemble. Avec chaque foulée, chaque arrêt et chaque rêve qui habite toute fille qui choisit le hockey. Parce que tous ces coups de patin nous propulsent. 1, 2, 3, Canada! Ensemble, vers l'avant.
Le sport en direct sur ICTout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ICTout.tv.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
This isn't about just showing up. It's about what you're willing to give. It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself. The work that matters, it happens long before anyone's watching. But it's never done alone. And when it gets hard, this team's behind you. Because the biggest victories, they're the ones that we earn together.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes.
Borrow better with FIG. At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.
Welcome back to Elmira, Ontario, home of the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. And through the first 20, the Montreal Carabins in control and on the board.
And you can see here, Jade Picard, just a beautiful shot to the net with so much net front presence that's able to take away McAllen's eyes, and they're able to get on the board early in the first period. And then let's talk about Juliette Roland's goal. We talked about her before the game started with our player to watch, and she is a difference maker for this team. She's able to pull out the penalty kill of the UNB Reds and pull that puck into the middle of the ice and then go short side on McAllen for a beautiful power play goal to give the Carabins a 2-goal lead in the semifinal.
And here's how the first 20 shook out. Shots 10-4 in favor of Montreal. Face-offs as well. So that's 8 of 13 going the Carabin way. Block shots fairly even, but 1-for-1 on the power play is the difference there, as Roland able to extend that lead not less than 3 minutes after getting the first even strength goal. With more on how they're looking to stay the course here, Carissa Donkin is with Montreal head coach Isabelle Leclerc.
Isabelle, what have you liked from your team's game so far, and what haven't you liked as much?
I like the intensity. I like the fact that we took the lead. Now it's up to us to keep that lead. We have the experience from yesterday. We have to better manage the puck. I thought we gave them so much momentum after we scored, so we have to be more responsible.
Yeah, speaking of that momentum, how do you kind of pick that up for the second period?
I think it's coming back to what was in the game plan and not playing with, trying to play with a lead, just keep on playing our game. I think a lot of it is just small plays we have to do, like chip it out, chip it in, put it on the net, get back to the D side. And I think that's the message we had to tell in the dressing room.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
And that's a good message from Isabelle Leclerc as the Carabins, they got on the board first in their quarterfinal. They allowed an equalizer, they got the lead back, but then they were trailing for a time and needed an equalizer to force overtime. They don't want to be in that same position, so much on the line. Hannah Bunny.
And I love what she said there. We don't want to play just to play to have the lead. We've got to do the simple things right. Chip it out, put it in, be on D side of the puck. That's exactly what each of these teams are going to need to do in order to have success. Go back to the basics, play simple hockey, especially in such a high-stakes semifinal game. They both obviously want to be playing tomorrow for the gold, so stick to the basics, stick to the game plan, don't play to the score.
And they will need their stars to shine as the Carabins is getting production from the likes of Chloé Ducheneau, 5th year, who has taken home medals in this tournament before. You get a look there at Georgia Nystrom, who had some fantastic blocks. She tied with Captain Hargreaves in shots in their quarterfinal, but right now, UNB, we win the opening faceoff in the second period. And look to hold the zone. Carter unable to do so at the half wall as Veillette chips it in. And Veillette has been a player of many roles, many teams, but keeps finding her way, and success finds her as well. It includes PWHL camps, a stop in Europe as well. Carabins knowing they need to manage this game, but continue to play. Still 40 minutes to go. And out comes UNB. Caitlin Scott had it. Send it to the near side, up is Olivia Eustace, puts it into the netting.
Like you mentioned, Olivia Eustace, she's a player who's been dominant for this UNB Reds team. She has 27 points, 10 goals, 17 assists in the regular season. She's someone that they're gonna look to create offense, to be able to put the puck in the back of the net today.
And if the Carabins continue to control face-offs, that'll certainly go a long way. Is that one too from distance, but Darash with the save.
You just mentioned Olivia Eustace, and she does a good job creating that high screen in front of the net to take away Darash's eyes, and that's a great scoring chance that UNB's got. Another shot on net for them in this second period.
This is just the second ever meeting between these two programs. U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. First time was a quarterfinal back in 23. And a good stick from Darash once more as the Reds look to pressure early here in the middle frame. Well handled by Lalache. No icing played by McCallum. Message, a pop play, a chance, turned aside. Chase it down. Picard gets there first. Sends it across. Has some help from Audrey Gervais. To enter in with speed. The puck taken away once more. The Carabins comfortable. Both these teams with plenty of experience, but the Carabins as a program have been here many more times than the Reds. Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca or click the QR code on your screen to join the fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win prizes. Check out those signs, Hannah. So great to see the support in Elmira, Ontario. Both men and women's hockey championships taking place this weekend. UNB Red men's team were playing as well at the same time, as that was a chance for the women to get on the board. Fortunately for the men's side, it is a tough go. They've allowed 6 goals already. Another chance in front as we're getting some movement. Carter, not only to provide the screen, but a possible redirect to get by Deroche.
Great opportunity for Carter there. She scored yesterday for the Reds, and she's looking to put them on the board here today in the semifinal, and she can score big goals.
9 career game-winning goals.
And you look at that turnover that Maya Heydrich completes there and gets the puck to the net, and a nice redirect by Carter there, but Deroche is just solid in net. She's able to track that puck, follow that puck to make that save.
A much stronger period so far for the Reds, as it took them some time to even generate their first 2 shots. In fact, the first goal by Picard for the Carabins, there hadn't been a shot on goal yet for UNB. That was just past the 9-minute mark of the first period. Scott down for Eustace. Eustace turns and fires. The puck is up. Oh, and it pops back. We have seen that a few times today already. Happened in the first semifinal too. Lucky bounce for Montreal fans, as it wasn't about to land back near the goal line. Carr over to Sophie Ledin, second year out of Ottawa. In come the Carabins, no look shot. What a play by Maya Dion, another chance. As now Montreal begins to pounce on the puck. Waves of offense so fast to retrieve. Drop it off, Veillette, kick save, and another off the side of the net. Veillette just hovering in the slot, high danger zone. Carabins coming in with 1 goal in mind, and that is to make it through this game. Hargreaves across. Pass just a little too hot for Jackson. Back to the captain. Along the far side, brings it in at the half wall and shoots. Puck ends up on the near side. They hold the zone, now looking to shake off some pressure. Madeline Renfrey from the point, Hargreaves. And around, Riley Strome sends it back down.
And you could just see the leadership that Hargreaves talked about in that interview that she had in between periods, and she's doing it not only for the people on the ice, the people that have come before her, and you can see it. She's really taking a lead here. She's creating offensive chances. She's all over the puck. She's doing exactly what you would want your captain to do in this semifinal.
From Whitby, Ontario, Hargreaves. In her 5th year, she'll be graduating. That's a hard into the boards for the Carabins, as the play will be whistled there. This player needing some attention. And that's Juliette Roland, who has been tremendous for the team, not only in her production now with a goal in both games, but just overall a 3rd year with tremendous experience, shaken up on that.
You never want to see one of your players go down like that, but they do seem to be letting a little bit of physicality go, more so in this second period than they let go in the first period or in our other semifinal game.
Tough to see in real time when I was watching, but it appeared she just went hard into the boards. Not sure if she got a nudge or what that was. Either way, of course, being attended to. Trainer Emmanuel Blain for the Carabins. Helped off, meanwhile, Isabelle Leclerc keeping her team focused. Shots 15-5 so far. Crowd inside the Woolwich Memorial Arena. We'll take another look at what exactly happened. So she came in off the bench, and it does appear almost like lost an edge or maybe hit something. Oh, appeared to be her opponent's skate.
Yeah, and that's just an unfortunate play. She lost a little edge there, kind of went into the boards on her own accord, and we're hoping that she's okay, and I'm sure that her teammates are hoping that she's okay as well, because she's been a huge contributor to this Carabin offense.
Roland, who this season, 15 points, 24 games, 12 of those points assists, knows how to distribute the puck, and that's what you need when you've got the high-scoring efforts of a Veillette or even a Duchesneau, who's been assisting in this game, in on every goal so far. UNB looking for their first and to come out of their own zone. Ice conditions is something to keep an eye on as well. 4 games in this building and lots of fans, lots of different factors that could play into it. As we did see a skater, bit of a soft patch there below the goal line earlier. In come the Carabins, trying to pull it back in the slot. Quick work by Scott. Draws multiple Montreal players her way. Now over to Murdoch, but Ray Murdoch can't hold. A nice play back for Salem. Thurston getting to it. They pull it off the wall. Prue, the nifty little feed. Puck goes back behind the net of McCallum. McCallum, whose goals against average throughout the regular season was 1.65, and then she had a 1.42 in playoffs. So getting 2 goals on this goaltender is hard enough as it is, and here Montreal has that lead. Offside the call as Prue thought she could bring it into the slot. CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best men's hockey teams in the 2026 U Sports University Cup, presented by Steel Mazda, live from Halifax. Watch on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, CBC Sports YouTube. The gold medal game tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, CBC Television. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. So the men's game will go before the women's, set for 3 p.m. Hargreaves thought she had and couldn't corral it fast enough. Goes off for the change as Jackson handles business for the Red. Not quite. In sweeps Hillary Wood. As she keeps it alive. Eustace tries to fire. No go. Good effort by UNB as they had some zone time. Looking to get one by Maud DeRoche.
And you can definitely see UNB right now just hounding the puck a little bit more than they have prior to the second period, and that's exactly what they're going to need to do if they want to get on the board here.
Well, so far, UNB has just registered 1 additional shot here in the middle frame. They came in with 4. Although they have had time in front of DeRoche. Etier with the shot, it's blocked, taken into the near corner. Hard off the boards, Etier once more gets a piece of McCallum. Behind the net, trying to play it back was Prue. Quick stick as Laloche thought she could gain the zone again. Challenging this UNB team. That was Parvin. Played it back to the point. Now along the end boards, down she goes. There's Salem with the pressure. No shot, in sweep Scott. Keeping it alive. But through heavy Carabin traffic, they'll send it up the other way. A little chip and chase played by McCallum. But down they go. Some lost edges here in this game. Laloche with a nice play. A bouncy puck this time in the red zone. Can't hold the blue line. Carabin hard off the boards once more.
I love that McCallum is coming out to play this puck. She's helping break out the puck with her team and start the offensive attack. I also think that Caitlin Scott is doing a great job in the offensive zone for the Reds to possess that puck. She's controlling the puck, she's possessing it, she's turning back instead of turning it over.
Final semifinal to determine who will head to the gold medal game, and we've got another penalty. And so when we return, the Carabins will go on the power play.
Beginning a program at university is an incredibly optimistic moment. Anything is possible. This is the time to enjoy learning, to enjoy figuring it all out, to learn things you never knew, and become someone you didn't think possible, beyond the expected, beyond your wildest dreams. Grow beyond.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family-owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Well, you've talked about how it's the 5th consecutive appearance at Nationals for the UNB Reds, and that comes less than a decade since this program was rebuilt from scratch by UNB head coach Sarah Hillworth. The women's hockey program was cut by UNB in 2008, but the New Brunswick Labor and Employment Board ordered it be reinstated after former player Sylvia Bryson's human rights complaint. So this tournament is about trying to win the program's first national title, but it's also about showing what can happen when you properly resource women's sport. Back to you in the booth.
Absolutely, Carissa. I mean, a medal of any kind would already be history, but a title would be oh so sweet for the UNB Reds. And by the way, the University of New Brunswick has yet to win a women's sports championship period at the U Sports level. So it would mean so much for this team, but right now they are trailing by 2. They will play for a medal tomorrow, their hope, of course, being a gold instead of a bronze. Try to clear the zone, Laloche. Back up to the point as the Carabins on the power play. They already have one power play goal, looking for another. What a block by Thurston as she gets up high on it. Even gets up high on her chest, almost under her neck.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do on the penalty kill, is block those shots, but you also need to focus on your clears. And Nystrom, just before that, had an opportunity to clear it 200 feet away from her net, and instead she takes a backhand out of her zone instead of moving it into the forehand.
What a heads-up play, quite literally, for Thurston, just knowing that you need to get tall on that block. As now the face-off takes shape in front of the Carabins net. And UNB already has a shorthanded goal in this tournament. We're buying time, but now behind Picard, a dangerous player. The nice feed to Duchesneau. Duchesneau also has a shorthanded goal, but right now on the power play. Second advantage of the game, looking to strike. And both power plays have gone to the Carabins so far.
And that's a quick whistle. I'm sure the Carabins is saying, that puck was live. Why'd you blow the whistle so early? But such a smart play by Picard on that chance. She's able to move that puck onto her backhand to feather a little pass through into the middle of the ice. And they're doing a great job on their power play of getting scoring chances, having net front presence. And that's exactly what you want your power play to do.
The Carabins already with 7 shots in this middle frame. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the second period. 23 seconds to go on this power play as they get to work. A one-timer, blocked. Another great clear for the Reds. Confidence-building penalty kill here. Still down 2, those goals established in the first period as yet another tire blown. Picard, patient, cut to the outside. And a good penalty kill, but still in the UNB zone. Prue can't find a way through that time. Looking for options, back to the far side. Brought into the point, Veillette. Quick moves, cross ice. Veillette takes it back. Looking for options, driving the net. No sharp angle. Oh my, that puck suddenly on the pad of McCallum.
And that's a nice stop there. She's able to keep the puck in her vicinity and not let that play continue to go on. But a nice play by Vienne to create some room and space, use her speed. She looks to go short side, but McCallum's just right there. And then UNB on the penalty kill, they're blocking shots, they're putting their body on the line, and that's the energy that they're gonna need in the rest of the second period.
Just over 7 minutes remaining. And the Carabins still on the attack. Back to even strength. Loose puck. Parvin. Banked off the boards. Good enough to send it trickling towards the Carabin net. Desperation. Keeping it in play. The Reds look for some room. Parvin over to Scott. Still in the zone. Thurston finding a little bit of room through on the near side, but now a board battle. Far corner, Thurston has Eustace setting up net front. A shot blocked. Taken back by Nystrom. And that pass, a giveaway, has outcome the Carabins. Salem carries it across. Good stick, although net front once more. Is the loss dangerous crossing in front of the crease. Montreal looking for some more options on McCallum. Out comes Riley Strome, a third-year criminology student from Kingsville, Ontario. Icing the call, and so they'll reset here with 5:41 remaining.
And UNB, they're gonna need to find a way to get pucks to the net. They have 7 shots on net. How do you get more pucks to the net? You find those lanes, you fake a shot, make a play. You've got to find a way to get pucks to the net if you want to score goals. 7 shots on net through 2 periods of play, it's just not enough.
In their quarterfinal, they had 11 shots in both their first and second periods, 14 shots in the third period, 8 shots in an overtime period. Of course, that one is 10 minutes, but that just goes to show the difference here, how effective the Carabins have been from distance, though. It skips just wide once more. That was Lily Bell, the Waterloo, Ontario native product, in the glove of McCallum. Bell just trying to zip it past.
And another nice 2-on-1 opportunity here for Montreal. I think she has the player going wide that she could have looked for, but McCallum stays strong, takes that puck in.
Quick face-off win by the Carabins, but a trickling puck goes over to Alexandra Parvin, second-year science student out of Burlington, Ontario. Behind the Carabin net, in net front once more, an attempt by Parvin, who had the back door open. Nystrom from the blue line, plays it in. Eustace backhand, not quite the power she needed. Darash covers.
And there you go. You see UNB now creating a few more opportunities, and this is a huge save for Darash in front of the net. Obviously, Parvin would like to get that onto her forehand, but she does a good job getting that backhand shot across. She just can't put it into that empty net. But you see, now they're starting to apply some pressure. You can see them fist bumping after that play. They have confidence. There's still lots of time on the clock.
Most importantly, a face-off win as Hargreave puts it towards the end wall. End boards rather, but a good clear for Montreal. To go chase it down, McCallum coming well out to play it. .424 remaining in the second period. Wood. Now Murdoch getting to work at the half wall. Some nice moves by Strome. Stick handling pays off. Hargreaves on the far side. still in the zone. The Reds take it back, looking to turn and fire. Wood, what an effort. They are gonna have to do this the hard way to break through. Strome, the crowd liking what they see, this extended time right now. Renfrey over to the Reds as they try to zip it from distance. Put it down to get to work, but there's a whistle. We've got a hooking call and another penalty in this game. This time though, it'll be a UNB Reds power play.
And we have Duchesneau going to the penalty box for a hooking play, and you have to call this. She gets up in the hands, and now we finally get to see the UNB Reds on a power play. They've been doing a good job in their offensive zone, so I'm excited to see what they can contribute on this power play. It all starts with getting a face-off win here, though.
0 for 2 in the quarterfinal against Ottawa, looking for their first power play marker, and it would be a big goal here to cut that Carabin lead in half. Nystrom plays it back for Eustace. Thought she did, but held up at the wall. Now cross ice. Finds Scott. In. What a nice play for Eustace. Looking for a redirect. Great effort, but now no one to support the blue line. Kept back, so they'll restart. Nystrom ahead for Scott. Back this time. As Haley Jackson, 5'10", a big body comes through. But we have a penalty now being assessed, another hooking call in this game.
And this hooking call is going against UNB Reds, number 19, Haley Jackson. I'm not 100% sure about this one. I think maybe they're trying to even it up. She does get a little bit in the hands. She's trying to go for the puck, but it's just an unfortunate call. Obviously, while you're on the power play, you want to stay on the power play. You don't want to go play 4-on-4 hockey, but refs are going to make the same call if it goes both ways.
So a bit more ice now for these teams, at least for the next little while, as UNB did get some time on the player advantage. Not much though, as they'll have a minute 14 or less rather. Strome brings it in, tries to pull it at the circle. Carabin, 2 players going down. Wood stayed down, trying not to take advantage. What a steal for the Carabin. Salem getting to work. And as much as the Reds need a goal here, they also need to keep this at just a 2-goal deficit right now. Thought they maybe had some time to get going. 5-on-4. And another penalty, not the play you want to make. I saw the contact and direction. How fast was she coming out, getting out of there in an empty net?
She wanted to give them that extra skater, but just an unfortunate. Lauren Carter, she takes a penalty. Again, got to stay out of the box, especially when you're in a 2-goal deficit. She's trying to play the body, but it's just a little bit too late. You can see the Carabins there already get rid of the puck. Picard gets rid of the puck, and Carter comes in, plays the body. That's going to get called every time.
Carter, someone you want on the ice. She had a shorthanded goal, but now she's in the penalty box. Her first penalty at the tournament. So now it's a matter of managing what's happening, Hannah.
For sure, now you've got to manage your emotions. Obviously, the whistle's gone a few times in this last couple of minutes, so stay out of the box. We need to play our game. We need to play 5-on-5 hockey, especially they take a penalty while they're on the power play. So now we're seeing some 4-on-3 hockey. Just got to manage your body contact, your stick a little bit, especially in such an important game.
Just fewer and fewer players on the ice. 40 seconds to go here on this 4-on-3. You heard that right. Make that 5-on-3 now. Prue for Picard. Patient skips through traffic. A lot of blue on the ice as they go for another shot. That one from Catherine Prue, who's been fantastic so far for the Carabins, but a good steal despite being outnumbered by 2 additional players on the ice. Jackson. Jackson, who's now back out on the ice for the UNB Reds. Thurston trying to find some space, up to Eustace. Time winding down here in the second period. Hargreaves, fans on the shot. Eustace trying to help it in off the backhand. Doing all they can and just not getting the bounces they need. Vekona Lalache, cross ice feed. Finds Lesage. Lesage with a play to Lalache.
And this is a crucial penalty kill for the UNB Reds
And
at
they
the end of
got
this
it.
period.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go, a big one at that. The score still 2-0. How they entered this middle frame. And it'll come to a close, held up at the board just in front of the UNB bench. And so some good moments for both sides, but ultimately it's the Carabins in control, still with this big lead.
And here we see Hargreaves going in on net. She's again going to do anything she can to have success in this game and help this team win, but she's just not able to get that shot across. It's a good chance, but the Carabins have been all over this UNB Reds team in the second period.
Absolutely, they've been leading the way in shots. And 21-10 overall for the Carabins through 2 periods. Just 10 shots, I mentioned it, that in their quarters, they had 11 shots in each of their first and second periods alone. They have yet to even make up that kind of ground. And so we will head down now to our Carissa Donkin, who is with the Carabins, Audrey Gervais.
Audrey, a bit of a wild end to that period. What does your team have to do to hang on to this late in the third?
We need to stay focused on our habits, work hard, and that's it. A lot of pressure on the other team.
Anything take you by surprise about how UNB plays? Obviously a team you don't see too often.
Yeah, but like I said, I just think we need to focus on ourselves, and we will do all we need to do to win this game.
We saw your teammate Juliette go off. She's been big for you in this tournament. What does her absence mean?
Yeah, she's a big part of her team. She scored a lot of goals, but we need to work hard and like to win this game for her.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Gervais talking about Juliette Roland, who did go off with an apparent injury in the middle frame. Of course, she scored the Carabins' second goal, and it was a power play marker at that. Both teams had some chances, Hannah, on the player advantage, although limited time for the Reds. But still, what do you make of that back and forth period?
Yeah, it was obviously a back and forth period. I think at the end of that period there, you need to find a way to stay out of the box. You need to play either even strength or keep your power play, especially when you have a 2-goal deficit. It was an awesome job for the UNB Reds to kill off that 5-on-3. The Carabins had a substantial amount of time on that 5-on-3, and they had some good looks. I'd like to see Picard shoot the puck a little bit more on those opportunities, but it's a big kill for the Reds. We saw it in the other semifinal game. A penalty kill can lead to a lot of momentum. It did so for the Concordia Stingers, and maybe it's going to do so for the Reds today as well.
And so we'll head to break in the second intermission. The score still the same as the first 20, 2-0 Montreal over UNB.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Across Canada, it starts the same way. A love for the game that unites us all. From hometown rinks to the world stage, we rise together. Every stride, every save, every dream, shared by every girl who's ever picked up a stick.
It's her shot, rebound in front, she scores!
Because when one rises, we all rise. Rise as one.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
I have a degree in meteorology.
I am a licensed electrician.
I went to veterinary school.
Life might not care who you are, but we do. Grads and professionals can save more. Just one of many ways TD Insurance helps you save. It's how we're making insurance more human.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC. A look inside the Woolwich Memorial Arena in Elmira, Ontario. 2026 Miller Way Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. The final, semi-final to determine who will play Concordia in the gold medal game. And UNB Red still looking to get on the board. And a player like Olivia Eustace could be the difference. She's in her 5th year. She'll be graduating, majoring in education. She spent some time with Dalhousie before finding her place with the Reds. She loves it here. We'll get to know her a little bit better in this special feature. 2 minutes with Olivia Eustace.
I'm Olivia Eustace. I'm a forward for the University of New Brunswick. It began when I was 4. I grew up playing hockey, playing with my neighbors on the outdoor rink, and then at the local association in Review. I think like my parents were big drivers of that. They always had it on the TV. Like we watched the Olympics when I was younger, and like looking up to like those girls like really like showed me that that's something that I want to do. I would like to say that I would monitor my abilities after Emma Maltese. She's small, she plays PWHL, but she's quick and she's like able to get into like those grindy areas and make things happen. I chose UNB because it's close to my hometown. It's about an hour's away. It's in the same province. They have a great hockey organization, a great school, and I also love the community that they have behind them to help lift up their student athletes. Playing at UNB has been wonderful. The support staff that we have is amazing. Everyone's there to help everyone get better. Like this team and the girls are phenomenal. Everyone wants to lift each other up and we all want what's best for each other. This has been honestly a dream come true to be able to play at Nationals, especially this year. Only one AUS team was able to go. So we had a hard series against St. X, and I think that's like adding fuel to our fire to help prove that like we belong here and that both teams from the AUS belong here. So we're just going to carry that momentum into this week and this weekend of games. During a big tournament like this, I think just focusing on my game and like what I'm able to bring to the table. I know sometimes in these games it's hard to like look at the end result, but just taking it shift by shift and making sure I'm like making good plays and setting my line mates up for success. I would describe myself as a player who's able to get into areas and make plays happen, but also someone that's able to find those pockets on the ice and put some pucks in your net.
Eustace with 2 key game-winning goals in their AUS playoff push. Still looking for their first goal here as we're in the second intermission. Montreal leads 2-0.
Partout au Canada, c'est une histoire qui se répète, née d'un amour pour un sport qui nous rassemble. Des patinoires du coin à la scène mondiale, nous avançons ensemble, avec chaque foulée, chaque arrêt et chaque rêve qui habite toute fille qui choisit le hockey. Parce que tous ces coups de patin nous propulsent. 1, 2, 3, Canada! Ensemble, vers l'avant.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest, le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ici-tout.tv.
Beginning a program at university is an incredibly optimistic moment. Anything is possible. This is the time to enjoy learning, to enjoy figuring it all out, to learn things you never knew, and become someone you didn't think possible, beyond the expected, beyond your wildest dreams. Grow beyond.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes.
Borrow better with FIG.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
U Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox Sporty, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.
Well, the University of British Columbia may be trailing in this game, but the fan support is in full effect. There's even a sign that has score bars all around, highlighting the prowess of their captain, Peyton Hargreaves. Yet to score, though, as they are trailing 2-0 to Montreal. The second period, though, while no goals, Hannah Button, certainly scoring chances.
Yeah, with that being said, obviously no goals. I think that was the best chance that the Reds had. You see Audrey Veillette, she's able to drop her shoulder on this one, get a good scoring chance. And we talked about Scott. I think this line has been the best line for the Reds. Scott, Eustace, and Parvin. She'd obviously like that one back onto her forehand. And then another chance by Veillette. And McCullum has been great in net for the Reds in the second period. We can see that great scoring chances again for the Reds. Power play action, Picard gets a shot on net. But again, it's been back and forth all game, especially in that second period. The stats are looking a little bit closer in that second period. The Reds are going to have to come out big for this third.
Absolutely, and they're going to have to get their shot volume up, as you said, Hannah, throughout the game. In the second period, they had the UNB Red had 6 shots to 11 by the Carabins, but the face-offs as well have come more into shape as the Carabins were really leading the way through the first period there. That one power play goal for Montreal, certainly a big one. Juliette Roland scoring that power play marker. And now we'll head down ringside with Carissa Donkin, who is standing by with the UNB Reds head coach.
Well, Coach Hillworth, it's been a pretty physical game out there, a lot of penalties in this game. How do you kind of navigate that physicality while also minding that line?
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure when you just don't know what's going to be called. Just seems like a lot of calls going their way and we can't buy a call. So it's kind of hard when you're fighting against that. And, I think we're playing hard. We're playing hockey. We're doing what we can out there. Can't get distracted about the refs and what they're going to call and what they're not going to call. But we're going to go hard. We're going to push to the end. We're going to play hockey like it's supposed to be played.
Yeah, 2-0 deficit that you've got to make up in this third period. What has been so difficult about Montreal? What makes them so hard to play against?
Yeah, they collapse really low in their zone and they take away a lot of shooting lanes. So we just got to get more pucks on net and just find a way to bash one in. I thought we were all over them in that second period, but we have nothing really to show for it. So I think it's just going to come down to how gritty we can be and how we can just find a way.
Goaltender Cassie McCallum was your player of the game yesterday. She's been big for you in this game as well. How important is she to this team?
She's good. She's our backbone. She gives us an opportunity every night. She allows us to go a little bit more aggressive, knowing that we can kind of take a little bit more risks, knowing that she's in the back there helping us out. But, we got to help her out in front of our own net, take away lanes for her, and just keep going, keep pushing them in the outside, and keep making them have out perimeter shots, and keep her life easy for sure.
Can you confirm her lucky socks remain unwashed?
What's that, sorry?
Can you confirm her lucky socks remain unwashed?
Yes, they've been unwashed for 5 years, so they're still on her, and I think she's got a period and one more game left for those lucky socks. So
thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks.
That is unbelievable. Confirmation from the head coach that they have been unwashed for 5 years. But Hannah, after hearing what Sarah Hillworth had to say, that's exactly the approach to take here in the third period.
100%. We've talked about it a little bit. We don't know what's going to be called. We don't know what's not going to be called. They're feeling the same way, but you can't control that. What you can control is what you do every single time you step out on the ice. And like she said, the Carabins, they're collapsing down low. They're taking away a lot of these shot opportunities. You can see that they've only had 10 shots on net in these 2 periods, so they're going to have to find a way to get that done. Fake a shot, make a little move, get that puck to the net, get a dirty one, and then you're right back in the game with the momentum.
Third period, a 2-0 lead for Montreal established in the opening frame. Final period of regulation here, day 3 of the U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, hosted in Elmira, Ontario by the University of Waterloo. Been back-to-back years hosting for Waterloo. They'll play tomorrow in the consolation final against UBC. Meanwhile, the winner of this game awaits the RSCQ champion Concordia Stingers, and so if Montreal makes their way through, it'll be an all-RSCQ final, which means a lot of familiarity, something that no team in this tournament has been able to really capitalize on. A big turnover as Eustace tries to make them pay. Here come the Reds, though. Confident from that play, another chance. Oh my, and it's just wide as Parvin. She had a good chance in the second period too, now early here in the third.
And this line has been absolutely outstanding for the Reds. They've been creating energy. You can't get frustrated when something like that doesn't go in the back of the net. It's good momentum. It's going to send your team on the moving path forward. So that was a great chance by both of those players.
You just tell the chemistry on this line. So much quick play, connecting tape to tape still. Right now held up along the near wall, Salem in blue. Good stick by Mentor. The Carabins, of course, can't get too comfortable. A 2-goal lead certainly could be good enough with how the games have been played here, but also might not be enough. No team has come back while being down 2. We have seen comeback wins. In fact, Concordia Stingers had to go to overtime to do it, but nonetheless prevailed.
And for the Reds here, they have absolutely nothing to lose in this. Just keep pushing forward.
Discipline will be key. You don't want to spend too much time shorthanded right now at even strength. And for UNB, this is just their second time playing in a semifinal at this tournament.
And we talk about this line and the chances that they're creating. They do such a good job pounding the puck, creating a turnover. And you can see USAS here, such a great opportunity. But DeRoche just looks calm, confident to make that save. And then a second opportunity for Parvin right in front of the net. She does a great job hounding that puck.
Quick face-off win. Looking to hold the zone, get back control. Scott with the touch. Along the near wall. It's Carter. Looking for some room. Parvin slides in. Check that Parvin now, creating that back pressure. Eustace to help retrieve off the end board. Held in the zone this time. Eustace back around, and you can see these big-bodied Carabin players. So difficult, a smothering defense. Chip it ahead for Etier. Offside the call.
And like Hillworth mentioned in that interview, the Carabins do such a good job defensively of getting inside that house and not letting chances and second opportunities. And the Reds are going to have to find a way. How can we get the puck through? How can we penetrate in that house and make sure that we're getting into those dirty areas? They just got to put one in here.
Second opportunities have been key. And all these games, especially the ones advancing on and into the championship bracket. I mentioned this is just the second time the UNB Reds have played in a semi-final, but they've only played the Carabins once. It was in a quarterfinal back in 23, a 4-1 loss. So some of these players certainly remember that. Players like Hargreaves. Thurston looking back, time. Really don't want to let too much of it go by.
And if I'm the Carabins here, I'm thinking, I don't want to play this game with my lead, just with my lead. You've still got to play the right way. You've still got to do everything that has gotten you to this point to have success. You're not playing not to lose. You've got to continue to play to win.
2 shots this frame for the Reds. None so far for the Carabins. Probably the longest stretch in this game. The Carabins have yet to get a shot on McCallum, although now they're buzzing around the net. Held to the outside once more. Great body position by Thurston. Wood. A short play ahead for Nystrom. Cross in the body play, that gets whistled, but offside the call. Well, the world is coming to London, Ontario this summer. Don't miss the 2026 FISU World University Rowing Championships. Those happen August 13th to 15th in partnership with Western University, Rowing Canada, and Tourism London. For more information, visit rowing2026.fisu.net. Lot to look forward to in those summer months. Right now, winding down the winter with this great hockey championship, the women and the men both playing this weekend. UNB Reds men officially out of the University Cup contention. They played their semifinal. 7-4 the final. They will play for bronze tomorrow as a quick turn and fire. And it could be the same for the women. Of course, the Reds here in the women's tournament have yet to take home hardware, so either way, history will be made as they vie for their first national title. For the Carabins, they've been a total of 4 times to a final. They'll be looking to get their 5th with a win today. A 2-time champion, twice earning silver. They last won in 2026. It's been 10 years and a month.
It has been 10 years, and fun fact, Catherine Dubois was on that Carabin team. She is a PWHL Montreal player, and she's been great for this program. She's actually coached within this program as well, and she's someone that these girls definitely look up to and want to follow in their footsteps.
Oh, Catherine Dubois is absolutely one to watch on the Victoire, but right now, making a break for it from the face-off. Little 3-on-2, McCallum trying to lock it down. That is a slippery puck, and the Carabins take it back. Almost, as a turnover does put it back in, but Veillette in control. Talked about Veillette being a PWHL draft pick, but she decided to come back and play. She still had U Sports eligibility. What an addition number 39 has been so far this season. She had 6 points in four playoff games. 10 points in 11 games as well in the regular season. Just over 7 minutes into the third period. Still awaiting a goal by the Reds, as right now it's been a solid 2-0 lead. Established just shy of the halfway mark of the first period. From the point, turned aside Darash, and incoming. The Reds couldn't corral the puck. No shot. Flip back as they try to stay on it and add that pressure. Oh, what a collision. After the whistle it was, and unable to stay safely on her skates. We'll see if that gets called.
Again, we're not sure what they're calling, what they're not calling today, but I don't think they're calling this play. After the whistle, you see the Reds are going to the net. Her hands get up pretty high on that player, so I'm not too sure how they don't call that. But again, the Reds have to control what they can control.
Reminder to, of course, have that body control as you come to a stop close to the net. Shots 20-15, so the Reds accomplishing what was likely one of their missions in the locker room, which is get more shots on goal. Now they got to get one past Maud Derange. Carabins aren't the program they are without their style of play, and it has been their game in so many ways, Hannah.
Yeah, they're just doing such a good job of taking away the offensive opportunities. I think one thing that this team is known for is their defensive ability, and that's exactly what they've done here in this game.
So McCallum will cover. There's the whistle. And for UNB, when you look at their successful quarterfinal games, they won the one yesterday in a shootout, 2-1, low-scoring affair, but a incredible defensive matchup with Ottawa. But they also needed to go to a shootout to win their first ever quarterfinal That was back in 2022. And that was a 5-4 shootout. So a lot more goals, but still the same need to head to a shootout. So can they close something out like this? This is adversity here. A lot on the line. Patience looking back once more. Scott trying to find the puck to safety at the blue line. Nystrom centering feed just a little too far. So the puck gets put in front of Laloche. Not really a team you want to get in a foot race with. The Carabins really count on their speed.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely counting on their speed. And again, we talk about taking care of the puck. We've talked about it over and over and again. And I think that the Reds were trying to get the puck into the zone there, but they just end up fanning on it a little bit. But that line has been so great for them. They need to continue getting this ice time in the last 11 minutes here.
Both teams will play tomorrow. That bronze medal game will be an early wake-up call for whichever team heads there. But that is what you sign up for when you do this. It is such a pressure cooker tournament. Got to get a win on day one, whatever day one that is, of the quarterfinal for your team. For both these teams, it was yesterday, so you're getting 3 full high-level U Sports games in 3 days. UNB also know that they will be back in the national tournament next year as the hosts. Of course, they want to earn their way in if they can get another AUS championship. Arsenault loses the puck. Check that was Grant, rather. Across now, net front once more, but held at bay. Picard. No need to even count on their goaltender there. It's been near impossible for the Reds to find room in the middle. Carter trying to get it to Nystrom, back down to the goal line. Strome with a nice pull move. Carabins have locked down the slot.
Yeah, one thing you notice about this defensive is their wingers are so low in their coverage, and that's why there's no time and space. You see that their wingers sag down in that coverage, then they're able to break up Nystrom on that offensive opportunity. So if they're too high, she's gonna walk right in, but they're just sagging down, they're clogging up the middle, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Puck is loose, and now bodies getting piled on in front of DeRoche. And while they have ramped up on shots, still without a goal, and the Carabins lead this semifinal 2-0 in the third period.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Danielle, it's been quite a journey for Montreal's Audrey-Anne Bayette to get back to the national championship. She spent 3 seasons with Les Carabins before she was selected by Ottawa in the 2023 PWHL draft. Bayette was injured during the PWHL's inaugural season, so she never played a game with the Ottawa Charge. And she spent some time last season competing in Sweden's top women's pro league before attending training camp with the Montreal Victoire this past season. She returned to Les Carabins midway through this season, and she's been a huge part of the team's offense since then. And of course, now she has a chance to win a national title with this program. Back to you, Daniela and Hannah.
Thank you so much, Carissa. What a great reminder of the resilience. If she wants to play, she's a player. She wants to do what she can. She had the eligibility. This is a program she loves and has been successful with. And a quick shot at distance once more from Lesage, as now we're under 9 minutes remaining. Still time here, but the Carabins buzzing. Veillette finding her way in the slot that time. But Hannah, when you have a player like that, someone who clearly is at a high level, but also still willing to come here and represent their team and do what they can to bring back a national title.
Yeah, 100%, and she has experience, right? She has experience at the top level, so she brings that experience. Obviously, she's taking a penalty here. I think she does a great job on this back check. Again, I'm not too sure about this call, but maybe the refs are trying to even it up a little bit. She's been really great with her back pressure and being able to take away the time and space of the Reds. So I'm not sure about that call, but she's definitely someone that this team looks up to and goes to for that leadership.
Hey, there's plenty of big stars that take penalty minutes, but right now, a big opportunity for the Reds as they have a power play. Get it close to DeRoche. Hargreaves trying to jump on it. Joining in the fray with Haley Jackson. Scott pops it across. Hargreaves to the point. Nystrom to the far side. He's going to shrink the zone up high this time. Goes back behind the net. Power play getting to work again. Quick movement. Can they make it count here? Hargreaves will stay on. Looking for a lane. Picard tracking her. Nystrom. Picard with a quick clear.
Definitely a crucial time for UNB Reds here on this power play. It's a great opportunity. They've got to find a way. Again, we talk about it over and over, but getting pucks to the net.
Eustace jumping in, and they have time too if they can get one here. Just a one-goal game. They've yet to score on the power play in this tournament. And of course, in this game alone, against a Montreal team with fantastic defense and quick plays off the board like that.
Definitely like to see a little bit more urgency on the puck retrievals in that corner.
Grant back down for Scott, now to the point. Thurston drops it off. Scott to Thurston through the legs. Play that through the legs of Etier. Wood. 15 seconds to go. Taking the scenic route back to the point now. Strome and a one-timer. To find a teammate down low, not quite the power, but short-handed. The Carabins opt to flip it in. Why not? As time expires, now back to even strength. So a big opportunity there, but a great penalty kill from the Carabins. They come in and score! Adrienne Veillette out of the penalty box. Makes the Reds pay, and now it's a 3-0 lead for this lower seed team that has just been in control.
And we talk about capitalizing on opportunities, and Adrienne Veillette comes out of the penalty box. She's a leader through and through for this team. She knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. This is a goal scorer's goal. The ability to pull that puck in, come across into your backhand, get the goalie moving, and finish that off is so impressive, and exactly what the Carabins needed after a penalty kill. And now we see we have a timeout.
Back-breaking for UNB, a team that was starting to get going with the shots, and not just the shots, but some great opportunities, however, still kept to the outside. And the Carabins, why not take advantage of what you get? And that was a big, beautiful space to get in front of McCallum now, allowing 3 goals. Safe to say uncharacteristic when you consider how well McCallum plays and has played just this year alone. But it's never just the goaltender, it's everything around it, and it's been a tough matchup for the Reds. Right now, Hillworth, of course, drawing up some options here. There is still time, 6:33.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't think McCallum's been the issue in this game. She's been really great. I think the goals that the Carabins have been able to score, they're all goal scorers goals. You know, there's power play goals. There's a goal after a big penalty kill. Adrienne Veillette, that's a goal scorer's goal. She's able to make such a nice move around that defense and able to put that puck in the back of the net.
Well, she had a shootout goal, which of course doesn't count to the stats, but very impressive for Montreal to get them into this game. And then she added her first point of the tournament, a goal just to pad out what was already a 2-0 lead, now making it 3 in front of the Reds. So now when you look at the final 6 minutes, of course you're going to keep playing. There is still time, but also the understanding that however you finish this game is going to hopefully set up a great start for you in a medal game tomorrow. UNB, if the score holds, or they are still trailing and they defeated, will play for bronze, and they'll face a very hot Guelph Griffins team.
100%. This is definitely setting up the momentum, but there's still lots of time on the clock. If they get a quick one here, you can put Montreal on their heels a little bit and maybe change the game.
Anything is possible. It would be a big comeback here in this tournament, where I mentioned it when they were down 2. No team had erased a 2-goal deficit, let alone now a 3-goal deficit, and all the credit to this Montreal program that has come out and executed their game plan. And now we're getting into a bit of the rough stuff, which is certainly not going to help anyone's cause if players get sent to the box.
No, you can see a little bit of the frustration coming out from the Reds. Obviously, they've played a good hockey game. They've played a great tournament, but the Carabins have just been so dominant, especially defensively. Desperation has been like a brick wall back in net, just impossible to beat. So you can definitely see some of the frustration starting to come out.
And it was Desperation who, she had allowed 3 goals in their game, in their quarterfinal against UBC, but the expectation, oh, in front once more, Etier trying to pull it on the backhand. As I was saying, she allowed 3 goals in that game, but a very different pacing. It was a back and forth, and you can tell, of course, that the Carabins would come out recharged and ready to go here, knowing that they could head to a gold medal game with the win tonight. And neither side will be getting much rest. That gold medal game, 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. The bronze even earlier at 11, turned aside by Desperation. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Eustace goes down, no call, they'll continue, but we have an empty net, so 6 on 5. Weren't able to do it on the power play. Can this player advantage work with the extra attacker? They'll have to maintain possession here. Off the near wall, through the legs of Etier, watch out. She was ready to pounce on it and put away the empty netter. Hillary Wood brings it in herself. Now Jackson, Carter coming in to help. The near wall this time, a bit of a collision, and Carabins will get their sticks on the puck. Dangerous, because they'll win this foot race as well. Looking back, an empty net, but even just holding the puck to steal some more time. Laloche couldn't quite get a stick on it. Wood comes out under 4 minutes to go. Some extended time here with the extra attacker, and still unable to really set up shop. Get some looks on Desperation. From distance, Strome need to put it away. Scott as well, the far side. Carabins not wanting to just simply throw it off the backhand was Bell. Digging out at the boards. The Carabins with eyes to that empty net. It'll be just wide, but what a shot that was. CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best women's hockey teams all weekend. CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. And because it's Saturday, that means the gold medal game will be on CBC television tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Do sports on CBC, where champions are made. And right now, just over 3 minutes remain for the Carabins to punch their ticket, and another shot right down the ice for an icing Veillette. Taking some pushes and shoves.
And I don't mind the Carabins going for that empty net. They have a 3-goal lead, why not go for that empty net? I'm sure that Isabelle Leclerc is saying the exact same thing. If you get any opportunity, send it down the ice. We'll take the icing. You're seeing some desperation though on the other side from the Reds here, but it's gonna take something pretty special to be able to pull off a comeback with this amount of time.
In truth, it was desperation time coming into this third frame as they had hardly been able to get shots on goal. A big push here late in the game with the extra attacker, and the Reds score! Their first of the game, late in the game. Fans on their feet. And it's Haley Jackson with the goal.
And we talk about desperation, and that's exactly what this was by Haley Jackson. She's able to pounce on a puck. We got a shot to the net, and you see her just going for that rebound and puts the Reds up on the board with still a significant amount of time left on the clock.
1 down, 2 to go to tie this. We'll watch again to see if McCallum makes a sprint to the bench. 2:37 remaining. Carabins able to hold off the Reds at even strength throughout the entire game. Also managed some effective penalty kills. This is a tall order here. The shutout spoiled for the Carabins netminder, but a win will certainly soothe that. Scott puts it on an angle, it's still alive. And yes, that'll bring some pushing and shoving.
I think that puck might have squeaked in after the whistle. And like we said, the Reds, they're playing desperate hockey here, and they have the momentum, so they're gonna take whatever they can and get that puck to the net. Scott, she's been all over the offensive side of the game. She gets that puck to the net, and you see 3 Reds crashing into the Carabins' house in order to try and put another one up on the board.
So with the draw, an empty net, 6-on-5. And it's so risky, but this is how you gotta play it, to try to get another here and chip away. Time not on your side. This is where an empty net will be huge, even bigger than before in a stretch play. Was looking to get ahead. Oh my, off the post, I can't believe it. Thought that was going to sneak in, under 2 minutes to go. And it took the Reds a while, even with the extra attacker, just to get that first goal. In came Montour. 6-on-5, under 2 minutes remaining. A nice pull play. Trying to create something. Scott grabs a hold. It rolls through to DeRoche. Eustace getting in there. Yeah, the officials will need to step in a little bit more here. It's high tension, high stakes, of course.
Of course, and you're definitely going to see players that are going to be defending their goalie, but on the flip side, you're also going to see the Reds crashing the net and trying to get a garbage goal, and saved by the post here for the Reds. The Carabins had a chance to put that one in the net and just couldn't get it done.
I mean, talk about working hard for an empty netter. That time, it's chipped in and it finds the back of that empty net. That will seal it for the Carabins. Definitely time on the clock, but the effort, it was still going to take a little bit of magic to make it through, and tough for UNB. They were able to get a goal. Haley Jackson, the empty netter, returns them to that 3-goal deficit.
And there's Lauriane Etier, that she's able to put that puck in the back of the net. I think that's their 4th or 5th chance to get an empty net goal, and that's exactly what they needed to do to put this game away. But with that being said, the UNB Reds pushed hard, are pushing hard in the final minutes here.
Lauriane Etier with her first goal of the tournament, 2nd point. (4-1). This was the final, the first time these two teams ever met at a U Sports Women's Championship. 22 quarterfinal, now here in a semifinal. Heartbreak for the Reds as we are in the final minute. 46.6 seconds. The Carabins clearly had a game plan, and in my mind, they've been able to execute, honestly, throughout all 3 periods, despite, of course, the expected response from this hungry Reds team to get going in this final frame.
100%, and I think it started in their win against...
Oh, Veillette adds another to her tally in this game. 5-1, so 2 empty netters, but Veillette, of course, she was able to score even strength. The 3rd goal for the Carabins. Happy fans. Of course, one team is going to go home happy. For Montreal, you think the lowest seed at this tournament, they knew they would have to come through and upset their way to get to a final. They have done that. Now poised to face their all too familiar foe in the RSEQ champion, the Concordia Stingers.
And everyone loves an underdog story, and that's probably what this team is rolling with in their locker room. We were the underdog. We got it done in the quarterfinals. We got it done today. Now we're going to face someone that we are extremely familiar with.
And Juliette Roland will certainly keep an eye on her. She had to leave this game due to an apparent injury. Of course, they'd love to have her back. She scored the 2nd goal, which right now is the standing game winner here in this semi-final. And the Carabins now 5 seconds away. We'll hear the crowd and the celebration as they will play for a national title. Montreal take down the University of New Brunswick Reds 4-1 in this semi-final. Elation, an incredible effort. Maud Desroches. Goals by Jade Picard to open the scoring in the 1st period. Juliette Roland on the power play with the game winner. Then Audrienne Veillette out of the penalty box scores the 3rd goal. They allow 1 by Haley Jackson, and not even at even strength. It was 6-on-5, only to restore that 3-goal difference. Lauriane Etier netting her 1st here in Elmira.
And we talked about it all game, but they definitely had a game plan coming into this game, and they executed it. And I think it starts with their win against the #1 seed with the UBC Thunderbirds. They're able to get the momentum. I think when you're a team like this, you're ranked 8th going into this tournament. No one else is believing in you other than the people in that locker room, and that's exactly what they've done throughout this tournament. And they executed their defensive zone, which led them into the offensive zone. They were able to put a couple of clutch goals behind McCallum and get the job done today.
Well, it's going to be a party in Quebec one way or another, as you've got the Carabins taking on the Concordia Stingers in that gold medal game. For the UNB Reds, a tough loss here, but a lot to learn and a great 3rd period effort. Mention how good that's going to be, as they will be back on this ice in short order for the bronze medal game against the Guelph Griffins. The Guelph, of course, playing a much tighter semifinal, but still losing. They lost in overtime 2-1 to Concordia. So those are 2 hungry teams, one with a much tighter game, but one, of course, wanting to avenge this kind of loss and make history for their program, Hannah. They have yet to take home a medal at this tournament.
And I think you could see the desperation in that last 5 minutes of hockey. And maybe if you could have had that desperation for the full 60 minutes, this game would have turned out a little bit differently. But you can obviously take that as a positive. You were able to push and finish that last 5 minutes so strong. Look at the shots on net here. We're getting a little bit closer to even with 30-21. And they can definitely take that story, that last 5 minutes, and bring it into the bronze medal game tomorrow.
And 3 goals were allowed by McCallum, 2 on an empty net, block shots as well going to the Carabin way. So it's not as though the Reds weren't getting shots, they were also getting blocked aplenty by this strong Montreal defense. And here we will hear the players of the game, the Nike players of the game for this semifinal.
From the UNB Reds, forward d'attaquante, numéro 5, number 5, Peyton Hargreaves.
Peyton Hargreaves rewarded for all of her effort and leadership. One of the 5th years. Tough for the captain, but wanting to play for a medal. That'll be big. She's only done it once before at this stage, and so it's a chance you've got to absorb the moment, but also let it go.
Forward number 39, numéro 39, Adrienne Veillette.
Adrienne Veillette proving that even if you go to the penalty box, you can wash that away if you come out and score for your team. It's a great way to get redemption. She also added an empty netter and was all over the ice, creating havoc for the Reds as well.
Yeah, she was just dominant in this game, and you can just see her offensive ability, but also her backtracking, her D-zone capabilities. She's someone that this team is going to look to tomorrow to help bring them success.
Of course, a big rowdy salute to the crowd. These fans traveled a long way. Proud fan base watching this team. A team that would love to get back. They know they'll go home with a medal. That's already big. The last time they medaled, it was a bronze in 2024. But they've also had fallen short in that in that bronze medal game prior to that. So to come away with it is big, and this time it'll either be silver or gold. And they'd love to get one. What a great way to get redemption. You lose the RSEQ final to Concordia. Okay, you can have the conference. We want to take Canada.
100%, and you can just see the elation on this team after that big win. They're going to be ready to go tomorrow. They know this team. They've studied this team. They just saw them in their path to get to this championship. So like you said, you can have it, but tomorrow's going to be a new day.
And now we'll head down ringside to our fantastic reporter, Carissa Donkin, who is with the player of the game, Adrienne Veillette.
Adrienne, congratulations. You're heading to the finals. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. This group is amazing. Our group coaches is amazing. So I'm just proud of this group and can't wait to tomorrow.
You've had quite a journey to come back to Les Carabins. How does it feel to be back in the blue and white and to get to this place with this team?
I'm so grateful that they took me this year, and I just want to work hard for them and contribute to this team, to the success of the team, and just win tomorrow. Yeah.
We're going to have an all-RSEQ final. Obviously, Concordia is a team that you're very familiar with. What do you expect from them?
It's going to be a hard game. They're a good team, and we know them well, but I think we're prepared for them. We've been preparing all season long for them, and I think tomorrow it's going to show, and we're going to win.
Congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That's the confidence you want. Thank you, Carissa, for all your work, especially on a day in which you covered 4 games. Yes, it was 4 semifinals, the first 2 for the consolation round. Tomorrow, that'll be the final early, 8 a.m., but then bronze at 11 and gold. Veillette calling it already. We're going to win. That's what you want. This is a confident player, and I love that she said, I'm grateful they took me. Excuse me, I'm sure they're very grateful that she is back in their program.
Yeah, when Adrienne Veillette comes knocking at your door, I think you say yes.
You say yes, the fans certainly do too. We know they'll be decked out again inside the Woolwich Memorial Arena in Elmira, Ontario. And so the final is set. What a game. 4 goals. The most, 5 goals rather, pardon me, with the 2 empty netters. Adrienne Veillette got the 3rd and then the 5th to make it very clear this was their game and they were heading to the final tomorrow. And so here's how the brackets have shaped up so quickly. It all started Thursday for Montreal. It started yesterday. It was a shootout win in the quarterfinal. This one handedly 5-1 over UNB. They will face Concordia. Meanwhile, Concordia, their pathway, taking down Manitoba in the quarterfinal, then Guelph in a tight 2-1 overtime game. It was Emily Lucier with the big winner there, as they'll play for yet another national title, looking to add to their trophy case. The bronze medal game, UNB and Guelph tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. That's going to be great as well. Those two teams so desperate to take home some hardware. On behalf of Hannah Bunton and our entire U Sports on CBC crew in Elmira, Ontario, including Carissa Donkin, all of our producers, the crew, and more, this is Daniela Ponticelli reminding you the final score of today's game, 5-1 semifinal win for the Montreal Carabins. It was Haley Jackson with a lone goal for UNB. Thank you for watching, and have a great night.
U Sports on CBC, presented by L'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Fox Sporty, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.